Hello everyone, thank you for listening and watching. My name is Nefertiti and you can find my information in the description box below. So a lot of issues are coming up for many of us as we are in this isolation or solitude or social distancing, whatever you want to call it. I think it depends on your perspective. One of the main issues that I feel is coming up in the collective is codependency. Codependency shows up in a lot of different ways. It originates in childhood, usually from growing up in a home where there was alcohol or drug abuse or some other sort of compulsive behavior. Remember that everybody gets involved. It doesn't matter if the one person has an issue. Everybody is affected on some level. And I feel like these are some of the feelings that are coming up, all of those things that revolve around codependency, shame, lack of trust, not wanting to keep it real with people because you have a severe lack of self-worth. Or this could also be you feeling so compelled to take care of other people, whether they need it or not, giving them advice, giving them money, always wanting to help and solve their problems. Now that everybody's in the same boat where we all have to pretty much maintain our own stability and sanity right now, it's really, really hard to support codependent energy. So on a practical level, basically everyone's just dealing with their own shit. Now is the time to practice deliberate, extreme self-care. Really picking your battles because everybody's experiencing this energy based on their vibration, based on their perspective. So know this and understand that people are being triggered in a lot of different ways. So it's very important for you to stay on point with your spiritual practices so that you can stay grounded and who you are. Because this is all about recognizing energies, right? That's what this game is. It's chess. It's not checkers though. So you need to know what energy is yours and what isn't. And the only way to truly, truly know that is to be anchored into your spiritual practices and to know who you are, your core values, your core beliefs. Because when things come into your environment, into your energy that are not a match to that, you'll be able to tell. But you have to practice and you have to be consistent. People have a choice right now to go with the flow of this timeline jump or this Gaia healing phase or massive awakening or karmic reset. Whatever perspective you hold, it's all true. Overall, it's a vibrational shift, a move from one frequency to another on a physical level. Remember, this already happened spiritually. This started in 2012. It takes time for energy to move through density. So that's why we're starting to see all this breakup and shake up now. Relationships are being tested to the core. Nothing can be hidden anymore. People who have thought they were in total control of their life, they thought they ran it, they're finding out that this is untrue. We are all subject to life's vicissitudes. But knowing this truth is what sets us free to go with the flow. Let's move on to the astrology. On April 11th, Mercury moved into Aries. This is motivational speaker energy, very focused and getting to the point in communications. This energy supports streamlined learning, especially since it's making a sextile to Saturn as it ingresses into Aries. So this is about simplifying your life. Impulsive speech and arguments can be highlighted, can be ripe time for that. But this is also great energy for starting new projects with enthusiasm. Clear thinking, catching up on things you've been slacking on. This is also a great time for negotiations and study and teaching and writing. On April 14th through the 15th, the Sun in Aries is going to square Jupiter and Pluto. So getting into the mix with this energy. It's intense, it's amplified by Jupiter, but remember, awareness is key to working with any energy, so you don't have to buy into the fear. Control issues and power struggles can be triggered with this energy. This could also bring up weird past life fears. traumas that we experienced in previous lives that'll bring up just weird fears that are irrational. Like, that doesn't make any sense. That's a clear indication to me, anyway, that it's probably a past life situation. This is also ripe energy for conflict and crisis. If the energies are projected, you can choose to channel this energy into hard work or project. Pluto and Capricorn, Jupiter, all of these energies are about transformation and rebirth. And this is not an easy process. The spiritual journey is challenging. It can be difficult. So be gentle with yourself, be kind to yourself, and give yourself some credit for how far you've come. Mercury is now in Aries, going to sextile Venus, Mars. So this is a great day to relax. You know, this energy reminds me of that Tony song. Lay your head on my pillow and just relax. I'm from the Bay, y'all. Come on. For conflicts you had in relationships in the past few days or even weeks can be resolved now. This energy supports being direct and daring in your speech. This is also great for getting things done with others, and you can interpret that any way that you want. On April 19th, the sun is going to move into Taurus, as it does every year at this time. Taurus energy is about stability, reliability, and sensuality, ruled by the planet Venus, the lover. Joining up and putting a spotlight on Uranus, so expect the unexpected, but we're used to that by now. Really have an understanding of what it is that you need to make you feel secure and safe. Again, this goes back to simplifying your life, because we only really need a few things. Everything else is kind of a byproduct of those core beliefs, those core needs. So what do you really need? Taurus energy can also be very possessive, materialistic, and stubborn. So watch for resistance. Let's move on to the Oracle card. And I was led to the Oracle of the Fairies, which is great. We need this light, kind of celestial, flighty energy coming in for us right now. Some happy energy, right? Ask for help. Remember that your spirit team is always with you, especially now. They're very, very close right now, waiting for us to ask for help and assistance with anything and everything, no matter how mundane. They can't prevent us from learning lessons and going through challenging times in life, but they are here to guide us and support us all the way through. We just have to ask, no matter who we are or what we have done. I'm recording this video on Easter Sunday, and Jesus constantly said in the Bible, whosoever will, whosoever shall. There's at least 181 instances of this in the Bible. So call on your angels, your fairies for help. The fairies are really present right now, especially since the pollution levels have been down. They're very, very happy to work with us now. Now, remember, the fairies are fourth dimensional beings, so they are subject to emotions, and they do insist on being respected. If you are not keeping your house clean and you call the fairies in, or perhaps you're doing something disrespectful to them, they can be a little tricky, right? They can hide things from you and just, pull little practical jokes. So be respectful of the fairies, and make sure that you resonate with that energy, because working with the fae is not for everybody. There is, I feel like, a level of connection that you have to have with the elementals in the first place in order to really understand the energy and the vibration. But if you're out there and you work with the fairies, you work with the elementals, then you know what I'm talking about. But call on your angels, your spirit team, whomever you resonate with, and they are more than happy and readily available to help you in whatever perceived mess or obstacle that you're in. And look for signs and clues from the angels and the fae if you're asking for their assistance. This could be in the form of feathers, coins, birds. You'll find anything, but you'll know whatever it is that you find, you'll know that it is something from the fairies or from the angels. You'll just intuitively know that this is a message, a symbol for you, especially from them, letting you know that they have heard your request, they've heard your petition, and they're close. They're helping you behind the scenes, so just trust the process. Let's move on to the angel number, and 534 came up. I believe this number came up in a previous energy update, maybe a couple. But this is about taking advantage of any opportunities that this major shift is presenting in your life right now. So you must pay attention. All of these changes will make sense in time. And that's how it always is with spirit, right? Trust the process. Angels are specifically encouraging you right now to make changes with your home, diet, work, and lifestyle choices. So this is very practical energy. And again, we have time to do this. The universe does not make mistakes. We often overlook the practicalities in life because we're so focused on our career or whatever it is that we're focused on that is causing us to neglect these things in life that are ultimately our foundation. And when our foundation is weak, then everything else suffers. So the universe is really giving us this time to pull back. We will never, ever be presented with anything in life that we can't handle. So trust this process, trust that we're going to be provided for, trust that our needs are going to be met, and allow yourself to really shore up your foundation mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Let's move on to the spirit animal. And the bat showed up. The bat is one of those animals that comes in to help us with shadow work. The bat heralds major changes and transition, which is a part of shadow work, right? Shadow work is if you do tarot, if you look at tarot cards, death. The death card is about transformation, and bats often symbolize death, but it's really about transformation. So it's not a literal death. It's a metaphorical, spiritual death. So be aware of everything that is happening around you right now. Don't take anything for granted. Psychic development is highly encouraged at this time. The bat also comes in to let us know that we're going to be encountering the endings of jobs and relationships and friendships and contracts and even old perceptions about ourselves. But in order for the new to come in, the old has to go. The bat also encourages us to walk by faith and not by sight. Let's move on to the crystal. And the stone that came up was Apache Tears, which is one of the grieving stones. It's a type of black obsidian, but it has a gentler vibration. Some of us are really feeling grief as we have had to suddenly let go of situations, some of us without warning. And this could bring up grief. So I love Apache Tears because they also help you to recognize when you are not safe. They're definitely a stone of grounding and protection. So it's great that it has those two qualities, but it also will help you to know if there is any type of malicious energy coming towards you. This stone is great for healers and gentle cord cutting. This is great for clearing and removing toxins from your body, emotional healing related to heartache and loss of any kind. This stone is going to resonate with the root and earth star chakras. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Stay safe, stay healthy, be well. Namaste.